What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the debut album from the band Jarhead Fertilizer, entitled Product of My Environment. This is released on Closed Casket Activities. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Ocean City, Maryland, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very fast, gritty, power violence influenced hybrid of both grindcore and death metal. Yeah. If it wasn't for Full of Hell, I wouldn't have had any idea who or what Jarhead Fertilizer was. For years, I always knew Jarhead Fertilizer as the band that featured Dave Bland and Brandon Brown in it as the twosome of the band. This is a completely different sounding band in comparison to Full of Hell. More grindcore, more power violence influence. If I'm not mistaken, the name of the band is taken off of a Dystopia song, so you can definitely tell that there's some influence from that band in this particular project. And throughout the years, Jarhead Fertilizer had put out some very, very solid and worthwhile material. Most notably, their Scaphism EP, the 2015 release, Opiate Conquest, and just some seriously killer stuff. Very bone-rattling music, very deep, booming guttural vocals, fast-paced drumming, gritty production quality, just a really, really top-notch sort of band. But moving on into 2021, Jarhead Fertilizer has pretty much morphed from a duo to a quartet. They also brought in Full of Hell's current bassist Sam DeGristine into the band to make things a little bit more wide-ranging and dynamic. And of course, there was rumblings that there was going to finally be a debut full-length album coming from this project, and I was at the edge of my seat with anticipation, waiting to see and hear what they were going to be working on next. And here we have the debut full-length from Jarhead Fertilizer entitled Product of My Environment. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 20 minutes in length, and pretty much this is a full circle moment for Jarhead Fertilizer. Pretty much everything you know about the band has become a lot more beefier, stronger, and a lot more influential in their musical stylings and sounds. And this is a debut album that has been well worth the years in waiting for, and I definitely had a fantastic time listening to it. Musically, this has pretty much what you would normally expect out of Jarhead Fertilizer. Very raw, rattling sounding music in terms of the overall production quality and delivery. The musicianship on here is very, very top notch. A lot of crazy psychotic riffing going on here. Very gritty, audible bass tones heard throughout. Both sounds mesh incredibly well together, especially on the title track. And later songs like Silence the Narc, Embedded in Your Mind, An End to Your Sacred World. Just some really, really top-notch music going on here. I like the diversity of when things become more mid to fast-paced and become a little slower, like the two lengthy tracks that are on here, like An End to Your Sacred World, and the closing track of Life is a Prison. Just some seriously top-notch work and stamina and detail with these guitars and bass guitars going on here. The drumming on here is very good. What can I say about Dave Bland that I haven't said many years in the past? Dude is a genius. Dude is an amazing drummer, and he drums his ass off here. It's a very top-notch, energetic, but slightly subdued sort of drum performance. It's very well executed. I love the blasts. I love the fills. I love the energy. I love the creativity that Dave brings with his drumming style, and I think it's really, really awesome. And when it comes to the vocals, it's pretty much what you normally expect from the Jarhead Fertilizer vocal stylings. Very low, very guttural, very monstrous sounding, just commanding your attention with every single song that comes on here. It flies by at a very brisk pace, and the vocals that come on this album are just absolutely top-notch. I love this vocal performance, I love the delivery, I love the energy, and it just makes for an altogether fantastic album. So overall, if you're into grindcore or power violence or death metal or a mixture of all three, Jarhead Fertilizer deliver an incredibly memorable debut full-length album. This was well worth the years of waiting for as much material as this band has put out. This is pretty much them at their highest peaking moment, and I hope we don't have to wait too long for more new material from them. I know everybody's doing their own things and they're busy with other bands, but Jarhead Fertilizer is a legit project, and I cannot recommend this album enough. So, if I didn't think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say the title track, Trials and Tribulations, Paranoia Seeking, Embedded in Your Mind, and An End to Your Sacred World is absolutely fantastic. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Closed Casket Activities Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a 12-inch vinyl, multiple color variations. I know I recently made a pre-order, and it is on its way to me right now. Can't wait to play it. So, again, the album is Product of My Environment by Jarhead Fertilizer. This is released on Closed Casket Activities. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Definitely one of my favorites of 2021 thus far. If you've happened to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, or any of you guys into Jarhead Fertilizer, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army out.